Hi guys, today we are registering as a sole trader demo. So all you need to do is jump onto Google and we're going to jump on here and just type in ABR. That stands for the Australian Business Register. And of course, as you'll see below here, it pops up. This link directs us to this page here, and all you're going to simply do is click on the left hand side here for ABN registration, in which we'll get rediverted to the right page. Now the first step we're going to do is simply click on Continue Application. Now we're going to go through here. Because we're registering as a sole trader today, that's what we're going to select. And our first question is, does the applicant currently have an Australian business number or have previously had an ABN? In most cases this will be no. If it's yes, you then fill in the number below here. The next step is, does the applicant wish to apply for an ABN? The answer to that is yes. Because we're a sole trader today, we're going to be using our existing tax file number, as that's the structure in which sole traders operate under. So the answer is, does this applicant have a tax file number? The answer is yes. Because it's a sole trader, we no longer need a business tax file number. So when it says, does the applicant wish to apply for a tax file number? The answer is no. Now we're going through, and the next step is just a quick overview of what the business is. So today we're just going to put other, because that's where most different company styles sit. Established an enterprise. So this question is basically asking, have you already started trading? So if you've already started receiving money from your business and an income into your business without having first registered, you need to click yes here. Otherwise, we just simply click no. So now it's asking about establishing an enterprise. To be entitled to an ABN, you must have undertaken sufficient activities to establish an enterprise. So some of these are listed below. So creating a business plan, applying for finance, organising premises, licenses to operate, registering patents or copyrights, etc., etc. So any of those elements there need to be looked into. So have you undertaken any of the above activities in establishing your enterprise? Several of those you should have at least done. Meaning of a contractor. So some of you might be applying for an ABN to be a contractor for various other organisations. If that is the case, you should know, and therefore you click yes here, but otherwise the rest of you will simply click no. Are you operating an enterprise? One of the key tests in determining whether you are entitled to an ABN is whether the activity you are conducting is an enterprise. An enterprise is an activity or a series of activities done. So we're looking here is this actually a legitimate business? So it's asking a few key questions to that, and the first one is your business activity consistent with the indicators listed above? So the indicators are recurrent or regular nature of activity. Activity is carried on in a similar manner to that of other businesses in the same or similar trade. The activity is systematic, organised and carried out in a business-like manner, and records are kept. So some of these are pretty important elements to business, and so a yes should be the answer to there. The next question is asking if you're conducting the activity as a hobby predominantly. This is determining whether you're doing this as a part-time casual basis or whether you're actually taking this on as a business. If you're taking this on as a business, the answer is no. Do you reasonably expect to make profit from your business activity? The answer is most definitely yes. Is the applicant a resident for Australian tax purposes? In most cases, the answer will be yes to this. Does the applicant want to register or be endorsed for any of the following? So FBT, fringe benefit tax, luxury car tax, or wine equalisation tax. If they're eligible for your business, you will need to select those at this point in time. The next box is asking for your tax agent's registration number. This is an optional extra. You can actually add this later on, so you don't need to put this in at this point in time. Now we're going on to personal details. So you simply need to add your details into here. So we would go through and put in, this is where you type in your details here, and your date of birth. You select your sex there, and then of course you enter in your tax file number. So this is a 9-digit number you want to punch into here. This is your personal tax file number at this point, so you should have already had this on file ready to go. Now you're punching in your address details. So simply type in your address as to where you're going to be working from and save that in there. 2000. Now the next question here is asking about postal address. So the majority of your postal address will be the same as your trading address, so you would click yes. If you have a different postal address, so you may have a work residence and then your postal address is your personal residence, you click no. Then the next question is asking about your email address. That is an optional extra. You can put that in there if you want to. Now we're confirming the details just there of our name and of course the layout there, and the next element is asking you for your phone number. So if you want to use your mobile phone number as your business number, you can. Just make sure you put in the first 4 digits at the beginning there, and then the next 6. And then of course after hours you may choose to put your home number in there. You can leave the rest of them blank if you want to, or add them in if you want. Select the reason that best describes why the individual sole trader is applying for an ABN. So here, just simply click down here. Most of you will be clicking new business in Australia. There could be some other options as well, or of course contractor. So select whichever one is most suitable to you. Then click next. Is the sole trader's first time in business in Australia? For some of you, yes. Some of you, no. Majority of you will be clicking yes, most likely. So now what we're looking at is the date in which you actually require your ABN. So naturally the date of today will come up. However, if you wish to backdate this because you've already started purchasing things for your business, that is an option at this point. So you can actually backdate this up to or back to 6 months if you need to claim certain things that you've purchased. Do be wary when backdating this, because if you go back prior to the previous quarter date, you may be eligible to, or you may have outstanding paperwork that's now become overdue. So in this particular case, because we're on the 16th of August, if I wanted to actually register this in June, it means my June business activity statement would be outstanding, and I may get in trouble with the tax department for that. However, going back to the 1st of July would be pretty simple, as well as my tax return for last year as well. So the next question here is asking if you intend for this business activity to be less than 3 months, and so therefore what date would it cease. If that's not the case and you want to continue running the business for however long, leave that blank. The next question is, does the individual sole trader have any business locations in more than one state or territory? For most of you, the answer to that would be no. If it's yes, then you select that and therefore select the states that are below. Otherwise, skip the states. What is the main industry in which the individual sole trader will operate? So today, just because we can, we are going to be involved in fishing. And the majority or the major area we work in is going to be commercial fishing. Next question down here asking about if you operate an agricultural property. So given the fact that it's fishing, we don't own a property, so the answer is no. Excellent, so this is your declaration here. So all the details are correct. You're simply going to enter your name here, which would be John Smith, and the position held, which would be director or business owner, and then of course today's date. Now, a couple of key things for you guys to remember from this point is that you can either receive your ABN instantaneously from this. However, if you don't, it means your ABN will take up to 28 days for it to arrive in the mail. The joys of working with government departments. So either way, that could be the case. So if you receive an instantaneous ABN, you can go straight on to business name registration, etc., and various other steps. Otherwise, you'll need to wait for it to arrive in the mail. Fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The next video in line is in fact business name registration, so we'll see you guys there. Bye.